Hey, hey.
Welcome to another
Okay, we can hear
wonderful
you now. I think your mic was muted.
happy
Welcome
Sunday,
to
everybody,
Vanity's
and welcome to
Live.
another Vanity's Live.
So happy
How
to
you
be
doing,
here.
sister?
I'm good, girl. I'm just getting back to Texas, so getting trying to get a little situated and yeah, I'm doing
I think
good.
we
What
traded
about
places.
you?
We
Yeah,
traded
we
places, right?
did. You out in the cold and I'm back to the heat.
Yeah, we left Montana and I came to Montana. So we
Uh-huh.
excited
Yep.
to be with you guys wherever you listening from Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Welcome to another Sunday and a wonderful Advantage Live. We're happy to see you guys and say hello wherever you are, guys. We are gonna have another wonderful Advantage Live, and we are gonna do it a double time for you guys today. So we have
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
two amazing guests. Not one, but two, you guys.
Two. Yes, because I mean, they are both amazing on their own. Oh, something is. They're both amazing on their own, but I just felt, this is momentous to have them both together here, like at the same time.
And two amazing, like super duper. When you see their resumes, they're like, whoa. And the part
Resumes
that's,
are like, well, and their personalities are they're just awesome people. Just awesome
yeah,
people in it through and through.
when
So,
when you read their resumes and you know that they've done stuff together, you're like, how amazing could that be?
mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So, before we get into it, is
You
it
got
time for
you.
a little trivia?
What about you want to do some current events or you just want to jump right
What
into the
doesn't
trivia?
matter. Whatever's clever.
Let's start with a few current events because I think some
Okay.
things.
Well, how about this, y'all? How about this? I don't know how y'all feel about this. I don't know how you feel about this, Sharice, but I think iRobot is like literally happening right in front of our eyes.
Really?
It's literally happening right in front of our eyes with these robots that Elon Musk has created. I'm just a little I don't know how to feel about it because it feels like Megan and iRobot. Like y'all know something when y'all made these movies now. But I don't know. Would y'all buy a robot? Like would you buy a robot, friend? I couldn't do it. I couldn't have no
I'm
robot
not,
in my house.
I'm not quite ready for it yet. Maybe I'm a little slow in that area, but I'm going to let everybody else test them out and you guys tell me
Yeah,
and
let us
we'll
know how it
see
works.
about
I
that.
mean, but there's literally robots all around us. We just don't see robots with hands and arms and feet that can talk and interact with us. Like, this is a robot, Siri and
Well,
all
I
that
do have
kind
a
of
vacuum
stuff.
cleaner. I do have a little vacuum, I must say so.
Yeah. And then have you been in like the hotels where they have the little waiters that like bring food to your front door? Crazy.
Not yet, but I saw them at the
They
airport.
yes. Yeah, they have them at this hotel in LA and it literally takes your food from when you order something, from room service, takes it to you up the elevator and to your room and it's just I don't know, I'm not ready. But something I was ready to see
And what is that?
was Kelly and Beyonce at the presidential debate in Houston, Texas.
Oh,
Okay.
it was
It
amazing.
was a time.
I did get a sneak peek.
Yeah. It was definitely one of those things that's gonna go down in history
Yeah, that
because
was.
honey. And then in her hometown, Houston, Texas, of course. Like in their hometown, Houston, Texas, of course. Where else where else were they gonna go? Like so that was iconic. I'm like, okay, Kamala, she done brought out Beyonce and Kelly, and it was a vibe. It was a vibe. I love how politics is mixing with fashion and entertainment, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here
Yes.
for it.
Kamala, she did everything. I mean, that was awesome. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But
Yeah.
in movie land, our special guest, had something amazing that he was a great part of, and that was Venom: The Last Dance. So let's, throw up some hearts
Ooh.
for our special guest, and he's been
Yes.
really, really doing his thing. So we're really proud of all the amazing work, and we'll let him come on and talk about that when he comes. But before we do that, let's drop some trivia. You guys ready for some trivia? You ready, sis?
Yeah,
Now, last week
you gonna
was birthday, and we let you have your time. So this week,
she didn't let me she let me have my time last week, and I'm gonna guess every time now.
no, that was last week. So
Ma'am,
it's back
guessing
to our
every
fans.
time.
No, that was the one
Here
time.
go, look,
Remember?
here's the trivia question. Here's the trivia question.
So here's our trivia.
Yeah,
You want to pull it
she
off?
don't know. She ain't got no choice. She don't let me guess. She don't know. She just don't know.
So here's our trivia, you guys. So in Friday Night Lights, which character known for the catchphrase "Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose"? Which character was it? A. Mark. Ooh, let me not mess this up. Sorensen.
Matt,
B.
not Mark.
Matt. Ooh, Matt. I'm sorry. Sorensen. B. Tim Riggins. C. Coach Eric Taylor. Or D. Jason Street. Which one do you think it was? Drop it in the comments.
Eyes clear, heart full, can't lose. I like that. I'm gonna have to put that on a caption or something. That's kind of cute.
Or again, in Friday
That's
Night
kind of
Lights,
cute.
which character is known for the catchphrase "Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose"? And I know our special guest was it A. Matt Sorensen, B. Tim Riggins, C. Coach Eric Taylor, or D. Jason Street? Which one do you think it is?
Well, I
So,
think
now, what are the people saying?
that's all right. I'm gonna put
wants
it
to
in the
be.
comments. I'm gonna put it in the comments what I think it is.
We're gonna have to get her together, you guys. She just
Honey, I
wants
am
to be
together.
one of the
I am
fans.
together.
We appreciate her being a fan too, of the host and the fan.
Listen, I'm just interacting with the people. That's it.
I love that you know you want to be
So
a
what are
part
y'all
of it.
thinking? We got a Coach Eric. Who else? What else are we seeing?
What are we seeing?
I don't know the answer to it, so I don't know. I'm gonna guess Tim Riggins. I don't know. I don't know the answer. So
she's just gonna be defiant, you guys. What am I gonna do with her?
I am, guys. I am.
We're gonna have to put her on trivia punishment.
What y'all think it is? We got Coach Eric. We got another one that says Eric.
Do we have some real Friday Night Light fans in here?
You know, I didn't watch Friday Night Lights, but I knew so many people in Austin that worked on it. I heard a lot about it. I think that was before. I don't think I was in the industry yet. I don't believe I was in the industry yet.
So you ready? Can you give me a drum roll or something so we can get the
answer? You want a drum roll? Okay, yeah. I could do that for you for sure. Y'all ready?
We're ready.
What's the answer?
I don't get a drum roll?
I just gave it to you. I give you another one.
Okay. Okay, the answer is Coach Eric Taylor.
Coach Eric Taylor. Oh, see, I was wrong anyway. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna play, y'all. She can't stop me from playing. I just hope she knows that.
That's okay. I got something for her. We're gonna get her in order, you guys.
That's fine. That is fine. Oh Lord. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
That's enough of us. That's enough of us.
What am I gonna do with her, you guys? What am I gonna do with her?
Yeah, I'm just a little rebellious soul.
I see. You have to work on her, you guys. Can you guys help me out?
That's what makes us who we are. That's what makes me right. And that's what makes her Sharika. And that's why we just work so perfectly together on here. Anyway, y'all, it's time to bring on our guest who will probably balance us out a little bit.
Yes. Because they are such a great couple together. Like their energy is amazing. You know what? I want to be like them, you know.
I know that's right.
When I get,
what examples they are.
Reconnected with someone amazing again, I want it to be the energy that they have and they bring together. I want that kind of energy. So when we bring them on, we're gonna be like, Give us some of that energy.
Energy.
All that love. We gotta, you know what? Get your questions together, because I think you will want to get some good questions in from them, because they both are very talented, amazing, joyful, and happy people. So I think it's time to bring them on. So welcome to the stage, Roxy and Casey.
Before we bring them on, send this live to anybody that you know that wants to get into TV and film, whether it be producing, whether it's directing, writing, whether it's they want to be in the hair department, whether they want to be an AD like KC. Send it to them. This is one, like this live specifically is going to be so jam-packed because we have 2 different moguls in 2 different departments on one live. So with that said,
okay, so can I finish now? No, I'm gonna let you do
go
it. You
ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, with that said, it's time to bring them in. Y'all throw up some Vanities Live hearts for Casey and Roxy Holdenfield. Hi, y'all.
Welcome to Vanities Live.
Hi, all.
Hi. We are so excited to have you guys on Vanities Live.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for spending a little bit of your Sunday with us. You know how much of a rest day it is for everyone. Know, right? So
it's perfect. It's 90 degrees outside. It's still too hot in Texas, and it's real nice to be here with you.
And some air conditioning, huh?
Yes.
I know that's right. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Fantastic.
Really good. Really good. Enjoying
it? Know, the people want to know. They want to know who Rox and Casey are. Why don't you guys both, whoever wants to go first, but just give them a little bit of introduction on who you guys are. Maybe we can get into how you met and, things like that. And who you don't have to be modest. You can tell us who you worked on, what you've done, some of the, big things that you've done in this industry. The people want to know.
You want to go first, honey?
Sure. Well, first of all, Friday Night Lights, I was saying, Coach Taylor. That was a really special project that I was able to be a part of, because it was something that I grew up in Odessa, where Friday Night Lights was the rival school that was written about. So that was a really special project for me. But I'm Rox Holdenfield, and I belong to the union for the Makeup and Hair Union in Los Angeles for Local 706. I've been doing hair for over 30 years in film industry, working in education with a color company for 7 years, and just trying to always stay connected with education and working with really amazing, talented hairdressers that I'm learning from every single day.
Awesome.
Still so humble. Can you tell some of the shows that you've worked on and some of the people that you've worked on?
Well, I mean, when I was going through,
there's a long list.
It's a long list, and it's a lot to name, but it's some of the highlights of my career was one, Friday Night Lights, the movie. And then I ended up doing the pilot, and then season 3, 4, and 5 for the episode, for the TV series. And, being in Austin for 20 years, I was in LA for 5 years. And one of my first union jobs was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I was just open to meeting new hair people. And I met a hair artist named Gloria Kasny, and she has since opened the door and helped me grow as an artist. And I've had great opportunities on shows with her and just doing my own shows, and I've been fortunate to stay busy here in Austin and doing some of the series that, like The Leftovers and post-apocalyptic, a lot of westerns. We met on the Alamo, which was in, a long time ago, the Billy Bob Thornton Alamo, and that's where we met. It was a huge western, and my friend Bridget Cook brought me on, and it was just a really great experience. And it was like 400 background, and we were just grind, and we had Mexicans, we had Texicans, we had soldiers, and you know,
All
townspeople.
kind of stuff.
It was a pretty fun experience, but
Nice.
And I think you also worked on one of my favorite movies, The Blind Side. Is that right?
we did. Actually, I was on that, and Casey and I worked on that one together, and that was a great. It was a
And
great.
how about
experience.
Queen of the South and Walker, and it goes on and on and on.
It does. It does. My
She's so
highlight.
modest.
I know. So that's why I'm bringing it
highlight-
out. I'm like,
Yes. And we
Her
got
list-
married on Chronicles of Narnia. We got married in New Zealand, and this year will be our 20-year anniversary for that. But that one of the highlights for me of my career was being able to work on The Fabelmans, which is a Spielberg movie, and that was top of my list.
wow.
It was very special.
Super modest and super sweet. So, Casey, can you tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and some of the people and some of the shows that you've worked on? Because your resume is like mind blowing.
It has been quite an adventure. I'll say that. And I've been a very super fortunate, lucky man. Lucky to be married to this woman for 20 years and have two
Wow.
children together. But I am the youngest of four boys, and my father was a journalist, and my brothers were journalists before me. And I said, I can't do that. I can't follow in those footsteps. And I knew I wanted to do something media related. So the day after I finished high school in Indiana, I headed out to California to seek fame, fortune, and all that stuff. Filled in a lot of resumes, did not get a job. Beat around the bush for a few more years, came back and gave it another go. And I was fortunately the next door neighbor of somebody that worked at Lucasfilm that opened a door for me, that I got into the mail room. And once I got my foot in the door, it was like, there's no stopping this guy. So I was given a job that they said it was a 2-year internship, and don't even ask. But I managed to get a promotion 8 months later that moved me up to Northern California. And Lucasfilm was a great company to work for at the time. And yes, this will say he's been at it a while, because it was the Empire Strikes Back was going on when I started forever ago. And it opened doors, and I met people that I would then meet up with later. I did that. I then left Lucasfilm, was the assistant to the producer of a TV series that opened more doors, but also what it really did was showed me that I wanted to be an assistant director. And so I started over kind of a little bit later than most people do, and became a production assistant. Started at the bottom, didn't know anybody. And Howard the Duck, My Demon Lover, let's see, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, the things you gotta make your bones. And it because I never stopped. It was just like, I was so excited. My first day on set, the first AD, who I'd known from my time on Amazing Stories, where I was the assistant to the producer, he throws me a bullhorn and says, set the background. It's like, that just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen, and I never looked back. It's just been a crazy, great time. I met a couple assistant directors. Two of the most influential were H. Gordon Booth and Bill Elvin. And they were both brilliant ADs. Gordon was more like an English professor, and Bill Elvin was more like a nuclear physicist. And I sort of took the balance of those two and made my personality on set. I've always been very concerned with everybody's health and safety, but also wanting everybody to have a good time.
Yeah.
And so on Casey Haddonfield sets, we make fun of everybody in a good, fun way. I make fun of myself all the time. It's not beyond me to wear a stupid hat or a mask or whatever it takes. but we have a good time. And I have, again, when I got into, after being a production assistant for a few years, I got into the Directors Guild with Gordon Booth, was very instrumental in me getting into the Directors Guild. And my first show, guys, was Godfather 3. So
Wow.
that was a while ago, but I was in Italy for 7 months. And it's just like, who gets to go to Italy and be the key?
Oh my gosh, literally.
The key second AD on his first movie in the Directors Guild and spend 7 months in Italy. It's like, so when I say I've been very fortunate, I'm not exaggerating. And I have done, I mean, I was the second AD for a few years, and then I started getting action units and second units to go do, and sort of made my bones that way. And as a first AD, and I got a chance to work with Michael Bay on The Rock, and this producer called and said he's a bit of a handful, but if you can work with him, you can work with anybody. And that went very well on The Rock. The next thing I know, he's asking me to do Armageddon. And then once I did Armageddon with Michael Bay, it's like, because he does have quite a reputation, then it was like basically you can work with anybody. And I have worked with a lot of great guys. When Rox was talking about like The Blind Side and The Alamo, which we did together and had a brilliant time. That was with a dear friend of ours, John Lee Hancock, directing both films.
Okay.
Wow.
And John Lee Hancock and I used to be production assistants together. So it all connects, it all comes
full
around.
circle, yeah.
But Rox and I fell in love on the Alamo, and we kept it very quiet. And then at the wrap party, we went together, and it's like, what? You two?
Oh,
You two are a couple?
Going on.
Like, what? that was sort of our coming out party. And yeah, like just that was 2003, and then a year later we were in New Zealand. I asked her to marry me, and well, there's a whole lot of history there. All good.
I know that's right.
And we have done 13 projects together. Some TV. Wow. I know she said to herself, "No wonder." Really? It's true. I counted them up, babe. Wow. So yeah,
amazing.
Over the years, and you know, I tended to travel and go away and do movies, and Rox stayed home and did television, because Austin's become more television centric. It used to do a lot more movies than it does now, but she stayed here. We, you know, raising our kids. I would come home. It didn't matter if I worked all night on Friday night. I would fly home on Saturday, because I used to make I would take movies that I could fly home nonstop, you know, and be home as quick as I could every weekend. And it's been.
How do you balance family and working?
Yeah.
Well,
that's for both of you guys. How do you do that?
It's a team effort.
Definitely a team. And that was for me, having the fortunate like to be able to be involved in the film scene here. And you know, we've lived in Austin for 20 years now, and there's such a really wonderful film community here. And as you guys know, just, you know, throughout Texas, there's really strong, solid crews. So it's a real pleasure to have, you know, to have the best of both worlds, just being able to be at home, but, you know, go do a movie every now and then. But, you know, kids are in college now, so.
Oh my God. I cannot believe your kids are in college.
Yes.
Casey, when I met your wife.
Yes.
What? When I met your wife, that was 2015.
The Leftovers.
On The Leftovers. It was my very first show. I wasn't in the union or nothing. And I got brought in to do Regina King's hair. Like, what? How does this even happen? You know, on your very first show. And Roxy was so, like, I've never had an experience like that on a show before. Like I know like when people come in and they don't have any experience, it can be rough. It can be really, challenging. You don't know the lingo. You don't know what's going on. You don't know that you got to use the bathroom in a porta potty. There's a lot. And, Roxy was there and she just helped me like with everything. She was so graceful. If there was anything I didn't know, she let me know. I mean, the whole team, so I've always enjoyed telling people like, oh, she was my first department head.
I love that, and I feel very strongly about a lot of like the new talented hairdressers that come in, and I feel like it's really important for us to share our knowledge because I want them to do well. I want them to grow, but I want them to learn how to be a professional the right way and how to conduct yourself on a film set and how to, because we live in a world of TikTok and everything is so fast and a quick, like, it's all about themselves and Instagramming their
right.
And I feel like it's kind of bringing it back to our old roots of just showing them like, here's the set etiquette, here's what we need to do, and just to apply that and to be positive and be encouraging and to help in any way that I can. But I want to be a good support for people that, I don't know everything. I learn from the kids. I call them kids. Yeah. But yes, I learn from the kids. So it's great. It's a nice balance. And I think it helps keep us young. It keeps keeps our industry fresh and innovative and creative and positive as best we can.
Absolutely.
What made you decide to get into TV and film, Roxy?
It was an accident.
A happy accident.
Salon in Austin, and a friend of mine who was a makeup artist I'd met, who'd moved to Austin. She did a lot of. She's from Canada, and her name is Kate Shorter, and she invited me to come work on a show because we had been working together. And she's like, "We need help. We need hair people." So that's where I met Bridget Cook, and how the world works. If you meet people and they like you and you do a good job, then you get invited back, and that's the very like that just kind of kept going. And I was in the salon and self-employed, so I could make my schedule and check, come in and out. And then I was doing education for a color company and for Farouk Systems. It was like the first non-ammonia hair color that was in the early days. And so I did that a lot through the 90s, and then decided to move to Los Angeles and pursue film because I was enjoying it and I was getting more and more opportunities. So I decided to move to Los Angeles and got into the union really fast there. And it was to my advantage because there were not a lot of hair people at the time. So I was able to hustle, and I had just enough money to pay 2 months rent. And if I didn't find something, I was like out of luck. So I just hustled and got my days and got in and haven't stopped working since. And I feel really, really fortunate and very grateful that, I've had such great opportunities.
Because it doesn't happen like that for everybody.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, we're going to take a quick little commercial break for a quick little second. And then when we come back, it's game time. Okay? We'll see y'all in a second. Don't go nowhere. Okay. All right, we're back.
It's time to play Would You Rather. So this is going to be for both of you guys.
Oh,
Would
boy.
you rather would you rather always know what time it is, or would you rather always know what the weather would be?
Oh, that's tough. That's really tough for me. Oh my God.
Yeah, it is.
I have to be like this weather geek, and I have to always be paying attention to what time it is.
Mhm.
Oh God, can I disqualify myself?
No,
Rox,
you gotta. You
girlfriend,
can't
this is
plead
all
the
you.
fifth on this one.
I'd have to say time, because unfortunately, I mean, right now I'm wearing a brace on my arm, and it's not because I'm constantly looking at what time it is and have carpal tunnel syndrome. I actually had a bike accident in Atlanta a few weeks ago, but
Oh, no.
but I'm
Sorry.
recovering. I'm recovering very well. I would have to say time personally.
Time.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one. Would you rather have a job you love that pays little, or a job you dislike that pays a lot? I got some tough ones.
Yeah, because I want to say, well, how long is the job that pays really well? Because it doesn't matter. It's like, because we all know everything in our industry is finite. So,
Right.
so you could suffer for a while, no matter. I'd rather have a good time.
Okay.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What
more
about
fun
you,
is because we've all done shows that were hard to get through,
Yeah.
and we're so lucky to be doing
Yeah.
what we're doing to begin
Yeah.
with, and we always
Yeah.
have to remember that, because
Yeah.
I
true.
tell all the people that I hire, it's like there's a lot of people who want your job,
Mm-hmm.
so we're very lucky to be doing this.
Yeah.
So yes,
I
I'm
was
going.
actually just having that conversation with an actor the other day, and I was just like, man, we really have great jobs, and we have jobs, and we have to like learn to not complain, because we
Yes.
also could not have them. And he was like, yeah, have you heard the term, if you want to hear an actor complain, give them a job? And I was like, I've never heard that, but
I tell you,
it makes sense, because we just get so caught up in like our day to day, and remember, like, none of this is guaranteed.
no, a few years back, I went to Toronto to make the movie Pixels, and part of the deal with immigration was that I had to talk to the Canadian Directors Guild. I had to have a Saturday with them, and it ended up being quite a good crowd. And at the end, I just said to the group that, remember how fortunate we are to be doing what we're doing.
Absolutely.
And, that there's so many people who want your job.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was all over, like 15 people came up and said, man, did I need to hear that? Because we forget how lucky we are.
Mm-hmm.
And because we want to spread the luck and spread the love. But it just like, we do have to pinch ourselves sometimes, just remind us, it's like, I could be working at, the grocery store.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can put to the test with this question. And literally, and I was like, wow, this is so interesting. And I actually gave up a higher paying job because I was not happy. And I ended up taking something a little lower that actually made me happy. So,
yeah.
Okay. So, would you rather be able to teleport anywhere, or be able to stop time for 10 seconds?
Teleport me, honey. Teleport me into the bank. Teleport me into the what do you call it?
The vault.
Teleport me overseas. I can go anywhere whenever I want.
Yes.
Teleport.
Yeah, teleport. I go teleport.
I think we're all on the same page.
Yes.
10 seconds just ain't enough time to rewind and change something for me. It just
Would you rather never get tired or never feel hungry? These some tough ones, right?
Takes a lot to make me tired, but I get hungry all the time.
I don't know what I sleep or food more. I don't know which one I like more.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I've learned to appreciate sleep more
Yes.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, food I've always sort of taken for granted, but I will say, yeah, I'll take the sleep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sleep as well. I'll take sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think working in this industry, sleep for
Sleep.
us.
Yes.
Amen. Indeed.
Okay. Would you rather give up hot showers or give up air conditioning?
Oh, girl.
I say air conditioning.
Hot showers.
I gotta have my hot shower.
Well,
Wait,
shoot, if you live in LA, you may or may not have air conditioning anyway.
True.
I remember the first place that I moved into when I moved to LA, we had heat. We didn't have any AC. We had to pop the windows open or put some fans on, but we had a good hot shower. So I knew if I took a hot shower, I would get out and it would be breezy.
I can handle the cold. I can handle a cold shower, so I'm gonna say air conditioning.
Yeah.
No, I need a hot shower. Mhm. Okay. Would you rather travel the world for free or live in your dream house forever? I'm traveling.
Travel the world for free.
Yes.
Yeah. Travel
Let's
for free.
my suitcase is right. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yes.
Always ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a world-renowned chef or have a famous, wait a minute, be a famous fashion designer?
Ooh, fashion designer.
Yeah, fashion designer.
Those chefs work too hard.
Fashion.
I mean, golly, it's
Yeah,
man. I wouldn't wish you have to be special temperament to do that too.
Uh-huh.
No, let's design some fashion.
Okay. And last one. Would you rather be famous for your talent or famous for your looks? Talent.
Talent.
Talent for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Your
look
looks
at
not gonna
this.
last
Yeah.
long. Okay, that's
Okay, look,
That's
yeah,
the
look at
last
me
one
at
for that
oh
day.
shoot.
Okay. So
That was
any
fun.
questions?
That was so funny. Yeah, if you guys have any questions in the on our live, hey to everybody on Instagram, excuse me, everybody on Facebook and YouTube that are joining in. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can pop them right here in the comment section. And if you have them for Roxy or Casey, feel free to ask, and we'll get your questions answered.
So I have a question for you, Casey.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does hair and makeup change the impact of your shooting schedule? Because hair and makeup works hand in hand with the director. So
Sure.
can you answer that question for me? And for people who may not know about our industry, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to ask that question.
Well, I mean, I have to be biased, obviously, because of what my wife does in the industry. So, there's this trend that I've noticed lately where I've heard cinematographers and directors say, "Oh, we don't do last looks." And it's like, the hell you don't do last looks. You guys get all your time to light, and they should be able to see, the actor or actress in the light to do their last looks, and it just makes everybody's job better. There's a lot of scheduling, like period versus contemporary, because it's all about scheduling the day for me or scheduling the week, and there's so many factors, but I'm just big on giving everybody the time they need, and much like, always tell me the truth. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Don't tell me it's going to take 5 minutes if it's going to take 20 minutes. And I established that very early in all the relationships with those people that are going to impact, because at a certain point, I don't want to, it sounds wrong, but it's my time. It's like, but it's our time, but it's like, if I'm making a schedule, you just have to tell me straight, how long something is actually going to take. And, it varies from show to show, depending on how elaborate the styles are, how, what period you're working with. But, whoever in the collaborative is just being honest about how long something's going to take. And it's like, then we'll build that into the schedule and everybody is happy.
Yeah.
that's what we're looking for.
Roxy, can you touch on that a little bit too? Just kind of some of those points that he was speaking on as far as like, one, what last looks are for those who don't know. And then when he says build in your time, what exactly is he talking about?
Generally, like the last looks are an opportunity for the hair and makeup artist to look at the actor in the shooting light just before camera rolls, and it just gives us an opportunity. Sometimes you don't see like backlit hair or shadows that might go across the face or some of those things, so it's nice to see the actor within that moment in the light so that your eye can pick up something that might need maintenance.
And can you explain what backlit hair is? Because some people may not know what that is.
It's
right
when
now.
there's and when you can see the halo of the back of the hair from maybe sunlight or it's generally how, I don't know like the professional description of it, but it's like
that halo when you see light coming.
It's really like
you'll see the flyaways.
You're like, whoa, yes, you see the flyaways, and you don't have
the shape and everything.
Yes, especially with looks that are very polished and very tight and clean. You want to be able to see what you're seeing in a monitor.
Yeah,
close up, and when we're in a trailer, and if we're doing a wig or if we're doing an actor's hair who has a lot of hair, and maybe we have a full blowout that day before the hair, so it's just knowing your timing on what it takes you to do each actor, so that the assistant directors can schedule the hair and makeup to come in. Hair and makeup and costumes always come in at least an hour to 2 hours before, unless it's a prosthetic thing that might take 4 hours. So and sometimes you'll need a hair person there just to tie back and put the head in a wig cap so that makeup can do their prosthetics, and then a wig can go over that. So there's a lot of elements that go into the different types of processes that we do, because we're creating characters in the world of hair. We're not just styling hair, we're styling it appropriately for that character. So some may require extensions, some may require wigs, some might just be hot tools and blowouts, and so it's a nice variation of different looks that we get to do. Dirty, sometimes it's like you're dirtying someone's hair up because they've been in a
like a zombie apocalypse, like The Walking Dead. Oh my gosh, when I worked on The Walking Dead, when I was day playing, I was so confused because I was just like, okay, so we got to put baby oil in their hair to make it greasy. Okay, so it's okay to be greasy. Okay, all right. Well, I'm just making it. It's so important that you said we're making characters, because that's literally it. It has nothing to do with, well, not always, something to do with the hair being pretty, or sometimes it's okay to have those flyaways or those crazy looking things. Like, it's not always about a polished look. It's about the look of the character.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm glad we all agreed on that. Is it time for us to play another game?
You guys want to play another game?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I wonder if Casey is ready.
Okay. So Casey, we're going to rely heavily on you, and this game is called Behind the Scenes. So I want you to create a story, and we want our audience to play along with us, okay? I want you to create a story, and I want you to add a part of the story that's not true. And Roxy and our fans are going to tell us what part of this story isn't true.
So we get to guess what's not true. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So y'all listen up on Instagram, Facebook,
all right.
YouTube.
So I was doing a big hair and makeup show in Michigan some years back. Oz the Great and Powerful, like all the
Okay.
Munchkins, all the you know. And we were getting down towards the end of the show, and it was a Saturday that we were working, and we had reserved a bar for a party on that Saturday night, but we were starting so late, and I had to ask Mila Kunis if it would be okay if I shortened her turnaround so that we could have the party the next day. And she blew her top. She just was like, she was so exhausted by putting on this makeup because she was the Wicked Witch, you know, right? So it did not go well. And yeah, normally a really nice person, but this one episode, she just exploded. And you know, like the nerve of me to ask so that we could have a tequila party. I mean,
Right. What's wrong with you?
what was I thinking?
Oh,
And but she did make one stipulation, and she said, I'm gonna try to find this here. Hang on. She said, if I would turn, can you all see this? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She said, if you'll turn green with me, I will take, she changed her mind. Like, she said, if you'll turn green with me tomorrow morning, I will take an 8-hour turnaround instead of her normal 12-hour turnaround. Right. So I didn't tell anybody what was going to happen. And so I came in with Mila the next morning. She was very happy. And I turned green with her, as you saw in the picture, right?
Okay.
So then I walk onto the set a few hours later. Nobody knows I'm doing this. I walk onto the set the next morning. I mean, that morning, and Sam Raimi, our director, sees me, and his eyes get big as saucers. And he's like, oh, freaked out. And he sprints the opposite direction away from me, runs outside, and doesn't come back for like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. And then he comes back and he says, why did you turn green? Why did you do this? Why? And I said, Sam, you know, it's like, finally I got Mila to agree to the turnaround, and so we can have the tequila party night. He says, I had a dream last night that you were green, and I was going to tell you when I saw you this morning, and you walk in green. And okay, so there's my story.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what's false. I don't know what's true. You did good. Okay?
Yeah,
That's a good story.
okay, Roxy, do you know which part isn't true? Because I'm lost.
Yes, I do.
Uh-oh. So Roxy knows. Okay, fans, do you guys know which part isn't true?
Live Tribe, help us out because
Yes, please help
he got
us.
me shook. I'm shook.
I have a
I
guess.
think I have a guess too. Let me see.
What are the people saying?
I think the people are just as
Perplexed as we are.
as perplexed as we are. Let's see. One person said she doesn't think Mila got upset.
Okay.
One person says no tequila party. The tequila party is a hoax. Let's see. What do you think, Sharice?
It wasn't in Michigan.
Oh, okay. And
That's
I
Roxy.
think, I mean, we have proof of him being green, so that part has to be true.
Right.
But I think Mila didn't get pissed. That's what I think. I think Mila didn't get mad. He is green.
He's green. That part is true.
Definitely green.
And we don't know if it's from the tequila or from makeup. You don't know. We don't know.
There you go.
Okay, so
Roxy, what do you think?
So, not get mad.
Mila did not get mad. She's one of the sweetest people I've ever worked with. And when but she didn't hesitate for a second. When I said that, look, we can have the tequila party, but can we shorten your turnaround? She said, yeah, okay. And she took 4 hours off of her turnaround, and we had a blast that night. Lots of designated drivers and taxis that night.
Oh wow! So it happened in Michigan.
It was. We shot it.
Wow.
They had those great studios in Pontiac, Michigan.
Oh wow!
Which are long gone, unfortunately, because it was a great facility. But,
Oh, wow!
So there you go.
Okay.
And so he did run away from you.
Right.
Oh, Sam, that part is totally true. He honestly had a dream that I was green. And I walk in like that, and he just like, what the heck? Yeah, it's good.
That's hilarious.
True.
Oh man.
What would you tell someone? This is for both of you guys. What would you tell someone who wanted to get into the industry in your field? What advice would you give them?
Who is this directed to me or to Rox?
For both of you guys.
Both of you.
Rox?
In our profession,
Yes.
I would tell them that I think it's important to have a positive attitude and to also be resilient within the work elements, and it's the type of work that isn't consistent, but when it is consistent, it's long hours and hard. Some are hard days, some projects, everything varies, so you have to be adaptable to weather, elements, actors, and personalities of all kinds. And
That's true.
I don't think it's an industry for everyone, because it can be, the inconsistency can be difficult for some people, and right now it's a slow time in our industry. So I feel like it's you have to love it. You have to love what you do, and if you want to give it a shot, like, go for it. And it's all about finding what you love and just embracing it and just go for it. If you really want to do this profession, like, I think it's a great profession. I love what I do. I'm so happy that I am a hair artist in the film industry, and I don't do it because I want rewards or anything. I do it because I love the craft, and I love meeting other artists, and I love learning from every experience that I have on each show is different.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, the rewards that we have, that no day is the same as another day. It's like, yes, there's days that are similar, but every day is different. Everybody that, don't be afraid to work hard. That is, again, just be ready to work hard, and don't stop, because there's always something. Everybody that I hire, I just tell them, it's like, there's always something to do. Just look, I still give out water, and I'm taking care of the crew all the time. I move trash cans. It doesn't matter for me in my department. You just leave your ego at the door, and be ready to take care of everybody else. And there's some youngsters, I would say, as I age myself, it's like that work ethic really has to be developed sometimes, because it's not first and foremost in somebody's mind that it's like, oh, I'm going to work hard, but it's just like, I think that's the first most important element, is that you just have to be ready to go, and just go. And again, it's like, we're so fortunate to be doing what we're doing. It's tough when you're starting out, because you're getting paid peanuts, and but it's like, that's, you make your bones, you do that, you know. It's
Mhm.
like some production assistants, well, I want to be a director, I want to be a producer. Well, you gotta, you're gonna have to move that trash can.
Your way up. Yeah.
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 I mean, in my
Yeah.
my very first job on set, they said, run down, because we were doing the ultralight airplane was going to take off, and they said, go down there and push over that porta potty. It's like, what? Girls, if you please never have to push over a porta potty.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Not in our world, we don't.
Oh, I know.
No.
We're like,
No.
Oh God. All right, so see, it's not all glamour, I'll tell you.
So you paid your dues, huh?
Casey, can
Yeah.
you say that would speak to how hungry you were and how bad you wanted it?
Starving. And just like I'd been very fortunate with all my years at Lucasfilm, and just getting my foot in the door was just like, I had wanted that for such a long time that boy, you needed a harness to hold me down, because I was like, it's the most important thing, and it might sound cliche, but have the attitude of what could I do next, rather than am I done now? Because
Right.
and I've said this to my children, and but everybody, it's like, it just pays off. Just like have that hunger that I had, certainly.
Mhm.
But it really is. It's like, am I done now? Just doesn't get it done.
Yeah.
You need to, you want to have that, but it propelled me because, man, I just had fuel in my tank because I wanted it so bad. And I was so happy to
What
be doing.
drives you? And that's for both of you guys. What drives you?
I love the whole social exchange. I love being around a big crowd of people. I love leading. I don't know. It's just some genetic thing.
What drove you from the beginning when you first got started and you knew this is what you wanted to do?
All my father and my three brothers, again, being journalists, and me wanting to be something in media, somewhere. It's just like I knew that was what I wanted, and this, once the door opened, it was just like I just busted it down, and there was no way that you were going to stop me, because
is journalism required to be an AD?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. It just that was what was in my background, and I just wanted to push in a different direction, and just drive and hunger. I don't know. It was just part of who I was. And but I still love, there's so many challenges. You can look at, like, every half day is a challenge. Every day is a challenge. Every week is a challenge. Every movie is a challenge. It's just like, it's all right there. And unfortunately, I have to be sort of, focused on time, maybe even more than I want to, because, we have to get done in the allotted time that, we're given. And also keeping everybody happy, keeping everybody safe. So it's like, just the whole community of it all. I have been so blessed, and there's been so few unpleasant experiences, or even unpleasant actors. It's like somebody asked me a couple weeks ago, who's the worst actor? It's like, and I had to actually think about it for a while.
That's
And,
awesome.
I came up with a couple answers, but it was like, man, I have been so fortunate.
Yeah.
Same way. I feel the same way in the community of it all, and the collaboration of how the hair artist works with the makeup artist and the director and the costume designer, and you're all collaborating to make one project, and each is a different experience, and there's research involved, because what are these characters doing, how you break them down, each character you break down, and so how their arc goes and what their hair does throughout that arc. And those are all exciting things, because it's sort of stimulating. And then because you're not just designing a character with a collaboration of people, but you're also like in your mind, okay, is their hair curly? Is their hair straight? Is it this color? Is,
Mhm.
you know, because sometimes when you're putting together an ensemble cast, say for a pilot, like on Friday Night Lights, we had I had to color different hair colors for the different actors so that there was visually, we had a blonde, we had a brunette, we had, you know, we didn't have anyone with dated color. It was all timeless. And
Mhm.
so just those elements are really fun and exciting to just be able to explore, and keeps your brain working on a different level of just the application of doing the hairstyle. And so, you know, it involves a lot more than just like I do hair.
Yeah.
So
Mhm. Mhm.
it's there's a whole bunch of things that go along with it, and
So
running
many
a department.
things.
Yeah.
Running a department. I mean,
Mhm.
organization alone, keeping up with their continuity,
Mm-hmm.
just knowing, like, always having it, whether you need it or not in the moment. I mean, just knowing the right things to order, knowing how to get around stuff. If something doesn't work, you got another option. Just, you kind of have to overthink all the time because
Mm-hmm.
the schedule changes so much, and you never, there's like, you can't not be ready.
Yeah.
And the collaboration of all the teams together, the importance of that
Yeah,
is just so
it's
key
so
in the
important.
business of just TV and film.
Mhm.
So everything is a connection. Like you said, time. This business is all about time and collaboration.
Yes.
Honey, yes.
For me, also knowing what Casey's job is as a first assistant, like I know what he's up against when he's making a schedule and trying to fit all these, like it's a puzzle to watch him
Mhm.
make these schedules, and like, oh my gosh, because it's actor availability, it's location, it's, you know, is a set gonna do?
Everybody, he has to know everybody's
It's all
turnarounds.
of
He has
these
to know you
things.
Yeah.
got to get this person off the
Yes.
clock and stack and stagger. I don't know how you do it, Casey.
And it's every day. Like this is an everyday thing. And yeah, your schedule is like, oh my gosh. And can you kind of tell, because our audience, when they see a show, all they see is what happens in 30 minutes to an hour. Can you kind of give them an idea of what a first AD is responsible for
Mhm.
in a day?
Keeping everybody safe is first and foremost.
Mhm.
Trying to keep to a schedule that you've had. That I get a script, I break it down with all the elements involved. Hair, makeup, wardrobe, costume, rain, special effects, how many cars you're going to wreck, whatever it is. But you know, in the allotted day-to-day activity, how much can you get done? And it, you know, because say it's a TV show and you're going to have between 5 to 12 days to get it done. Just how, what would you say there, Rox?
6.
6. Okay. So I said 5. But just having all the elements there, having all the people there to make it happen in the allotted time allowed, and doing it safely is so. Those are the key points of what I do. You
Yeah.
know.
But you also have to make sure that all the departments have
Oh, I have
the
to inform
information so
yeah.
that they know what
Mhm.
they need, so that they're ready for those things as the, you know, as on the schedule, you know, whether it's location or stunts
Sure.
or,
Mhm.
you know, he's
Second units or
doing a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Disseminating information and making
Mhm.
sure that everybody is ready for everything,
Mhm.
and even the potential, you know, just having them ready for something. Well, it's not on the schedule, but we might be able to get this done. You know,
Yeah.
just to be ready for everything that could possibly happen, and try to eliminate the surprises with preparation. You
Mhm.
know, and then again, just making everybody informed of what is needed and when it's needed, so that you know,
Wow.
a smooth running operation.
We love a smooth running operation, okay?
Yes.
If it's one thing we love, it's a smooth running operation. And speaking of smooth running operations, this has been such a smooth show, such a smooth operation. We want to thank you guys so much for just taking your time out and being with us today. And thank you guys, everybody on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube that joined us this Sunday and every Sunday. We thank you guys again as well. Do you guys have any parting words before we end the show today?
Vote.
Yes. Thank you. That was a good
that's
one.
Right. That's mic drop right there.
Yes.
Sorry, but you know.
No, sorry, not sorry. Vote.
Sorry, not sorry.
You know,
He said what he said.
It's a crucial time in our lives, and whatever your voice is, use it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I agree.
Roxy,
No.
you have
Thank you
one?
guys for tuning in to Vanity's Live. Do you have any parting words, Roxy?
I just want to say thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun, and I love you two lovely ladies. And
We
Sharice,
love
I'm
you
very
back.
happy to have met you in the 1923 world.
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you. For
thank you guys, and
Nice to meet you. Thanks.
nice meeting you
Nice to
too.
meet
And
you
hopefully
as
we'll get a
well.
chance to get together and do this again one day. So thank you guys for
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys. And thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure to follow us, like and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And we hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.